Good morning, boys and girls. It is Monday, Story with Miss Andrea, and we are starting a new month. Today is November. Yes, November. So we already had October. Now we're going into November. And November is a time for us to talk about our families and things that we're very blessed to have and thankful for. And the trees look different and the sky looks different and the moon looks different because it's fall. So we're still talking about fall, but we're also going to be talking about families. We started by talking about who we are, our hair color, our skin color. Then we talked about being a friend, what it's like to be a friend. Now we're going bigger into who's in our family. Well, this book I'm going to read, a lot of you guys may remember from last year. It is called Stone Soup. This book is been retold by Heather Forrest, illustrated by Susan Garber. Stone Soup. I just wonder what this could be about. I see a pot. I see a stone. I see an older man and a young girl. Let's find out. And if you remember, you guys can read along with me. All right? There was once a comfortable little village nestled in the mountains. The people who lived there had more than enough to keep themselves content. Then one day, 2 travelers came along. Their coats were tattered, their hats were torn, their dusty shoes had holes in the soles of them. Hungry and tired, one traveler said to the other, "Surely someone here can spare a bit of food." It's a really cozy little village, isn't it? And here the 2 travelers are. They knocked boldly on a door. It creaked open, and a woman said, "What do you want?" "Please," said one of the travelers, "we are hungry. Do you care? Will you share? Do you have any food you could share?" The woman squinted her eyes, and she said, "No, I do not." And she quickly slammed the door. The travelers walked a little further down the road and knocked on another door. A young boy answered with chocolate brown eyes. They were so sweet. "Good day," he said. "What do you want?" "Please," said one of the travelers. We are so hungry. Do you care? Will you share? Do you have any food?" The boy replied, "There's no food here," and he closed the door. The travelers wandered wearily through the village, knocking on every door. But everywhere they went, they were told, "I don't care. I won't share. There is no food." They sat to rest beside a well. One of the weary travelers sighed and clutched his empty belly. "If there is no food really in this entire elegant village, then they're in greater need than we. We should make them our magical soup." The 2 travelers climbed to the edge of the well, where they shouted, "We are master cooks. If anyone in the town has a big black pot, we will make the most delicious soup anyone ever tasted." The door slowly round man emerged carrying a gigantic pot.
"I love to eat," he said. "Here's a pot. Let me see what you two master chefs can do with it."
"Watch and see," one of the travelers said with glee. The travelers filled the pot with cold water, and they built the fire. Soon the flames were licking the sides of the pot, and billows of steam rose into the air. Curiously, people began to gather. "What are they doing? What's that?" they said. "We are making the most unusual soup," one of the travelers said. "It requires magical ingredients. I am certain we will find this in this town." All of the eyes of the crowd watched as one of the travelers reached down and pulled a stone out of his pocket and dropped it in with a splash. "We're making stone soup," he said. "It will be nutritious, delicious, incredibly edible. But that would taste much better if we had a carrot." "Where would we find a carrot in town?" said the other traveler. "We have knocked on every door, and everywhere we heard, 'I don't care, I won't share, there is no food.'" "Then perhaps we cannot make the delicious soup at all," they both announced with a sad shrug of their shoulders, and they began to turn away. A child timidly raised her hand. "Wait, I might have a carrot." "Excellent," shouted the travelers. "Bring what you've got and put it in the pot. We're making stone soup. This magical soup will taste even better if we had a potato," they added. In a deep voice, in the back of the crowd called out, "I have a potato." "Wonderful," said the travelers. "Bring what you've got, put it in the pot. We're making stone soup. It would taste even better if we had more ingredients." "Perhaps," said one villager, "I could bring a green bean." "Well," said another, "if you're going to bring green beans, I'll bring a kernel of corn." "I will not be overdone," said another. "I will bring egg noodle." One by one, the voices announced, "I will bring a slice of celery. I will bring a pinch of pepper. I can bring a sprig of parsley. I might even have a turnip." "Well, what are you waiting for?" cried the travelers. "Bring what you've got, put it in the pot. We're making stone soup." Everyone in the town ran home to bring one small thing to put inside the pot. Food flew through the air and landed, splash, into the growing soup. Soon the huge pot was full of simmering. A wonderful smell drifted through the air. "Oh, I bet I know what it smelled like." The smell was so tempting, people brought out their bowls, spoons, chairs, and tables. They placed heavy loaves of bread, chunks of cheese, a bowl of fruit on the tablecloth. Everyone came to taste that soup and marveled at the flavor. "It's amazing," said a woman. "These two travelers made it such a delicious soup out of a stone," said another. Out of a stone, said the travelers with their grin. And a magical ingredient is, do you guys remember? Sharing. As the travelers left the town, they said, if anyone wants to make this soup again, remember the recipe. Bring what you've got, put it in the pot. Every bit counts. From the largest to the least, together we can celebrate a stone soup feast. And then in the back, we actually have a recipe for stone soup. I really like this book. It's in the past, we've made stone soup together. Everybody's brought in some vegetables. I don't know how we're going to pull it off this year. Somehow make a virtual stone soup. I don't know. But thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for taking the time to come and listen to my story. I look forward every Monday to recording a story for you guys to hear. So I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.